Hi everyone. Echo, echo. I'm sitting here in my gloves in the new place. 3 degrees. Just got a coffee on the way in. Cheers. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, this is crazy. So I'm not moved in yet, obviously. But I didn't stream last week, and I can't be in my home office today because of tradies. I've been getting here, letting tradies in at 7 in the morning, and so yeah, I thought, well, I'll come a bit earlier today and I'll do a stream. It's not going to be a long stream today because tradies are coming at 7. It's going to get noisy, possibly. Yeah, no, it's going to get noisy. It's going to get really noisy. The beep, beep, beep. The scissor lift is still here. This is the last day on the scissor lift, and we have to finish off the ceiling. So unfortunately, my battery in my MacBook Pro, which I'm using right now, is dead. It's useless. So if I unplug power to try to move the Mac around to show you what's going on, the battery will die in like 30 seconds. So I'm pretty stationary where I am right now, but I thought I wanted to stream and say hi to everyone because, as I said, I missed you all last week, and haven't really been spending a lot of time on Discord or anything really because of just how much time I spent down here, and it's getting fairly close. Well, not really. Can you? Yeah, I can replace the battery for like $700, or I can just put that money towards a new Apple Silicon notebook, which I probably will. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, I want a new notebook anyway. This is an old notebook and it's got the dead keyboard. It's got the old butterfly keyboard. A few of the keys don't work on it. Yeah, so my plan was always to replace it anyway. I was going to replace it this year with one of the M1 Pro or Max 16-inch MacBook Pros, but I held out longer. I've had other things to spend my money on, obviously. So, I mean, I can move the machine. I'm downstairs at the moment. I can move it around a little bit to give you a bit of a look. I will, but I can't take you on a tour. I can't go upstairs because the power cable won't reach. I also don't have a lot of power connected here because you'll see in a moment, all the power is being wired up, and so all of my new points, there was no points downstairs, basically. So I needed to get a whole bunch of points and stuff put in, and they're all going to the new, which I'll show you in a moment, the new the sub box, which is not fully wired in yet. Sorry. Well, I'm actually a couple of minutes early, Azzy. I did set the stream for 6:45 because I thought I was going to get here not in time, but I did get here in time, and I also thought the cafe wouldn't be open yet, but they were. So I got my very large skinny latte. So I just want to say hi to folks. Let me scroll back. So Paul, hello. Azzy, Mr. England, Yumbo Prime, Bruce, hello. Andy Mouse, Squeak Squeak, Beata, hello. Henrik, hello. Kevin, hi mate. Crazy Roops, Teplatronics, Sid, hello. Rat Madness, Deshipu, Richard, good morning. You're up early. Paul's Projects, hi. Rota, hello. Graham, Andy, Rob, hi. Michael's up early. Michael came for a visit the other day. It was really cool. Johnny, hello. Stefan, hi. Came to see, oh, the Pac-Man GIF. No logo here. Oh, the Pac-Man GIF looks awesome, dude. It really does. But yeah, hey Dave. Yeah, nothing here yet. I just need my fingers to thaw out just a little bit more. Okay, I'll put my coffee down. I'll see if I can, well, so I'm sitting under the stairs right now. The stairs are above me. I've got my notebook on a box. The notebook's actually sitting on my air purifier, my Blue Air purifier, which I haven't even opened the box yet, and I'm sitting on the only chair I brought with me. It's a rolly chair, and it's the seat's on an angle like this. So I keep rolling sideways. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Need some battery powered gloves. I want to get one of those jackets that, the heating jackets. I mean, what was that? Eventually I will have, so here's what's happening. The Sparky, so the ceiling's still being done. Ceiling's taking a little bit longer than I hoped. That's okay, it's not costing me anymore. The wall, all my walls upstairs, all the plasterboard, all the top coat went on yesterday, so that's all being sanded back today. And I'll be able to start painting that tomorrow. I want to paint it before the Sparkies put the plates on, not after, because that just becomes a bit of a nightmare. I know I'll get paint all over the plates. Downstairs, a lot of electrical work's been done. I'll show you in a moment. And so today's the last day of the ceiling. Tomorrow there's a crane coming, a mini crane for the aircon guys, and they're coming in on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, the air conditioning is going in. 2 split systems, and then Sparky's also coming back, I think on Friday and early next week, and hopefully everything will be wrapped up and I'll be able to start moving my stuff in next week. It really depends on how long it takes me to finish painting. I have to put shelving and stuff upstairs. I'm going to do I'm not running out to buy all my new furniture and stuff, like things that, like I've mapped out this area as I've shown in the past, but I'm not going to just run out and buy everything and fill it with stuff to start with. I just want to get my things in. Hey Alan, hey Adrian, who I missed. Mr. Explore, hello. Have you done a video that explains your decision to build your own assembly line? Yeah, well, I've been doing my own assembly for years and years, Mr. Explore, so I haven't done a specific video, but I've chatted about it quite a lot. For the type of boards that I make and the my type of products and my assembly requirements, it doesn't make any sense for me to use a CM overseas. A CM is slower. They are not necessarily cheaper. They might be cheaper in some aspects, but they're more expensive in others. And I would still have to test and package all my stuff and ship it. And so it's all going to come back to me anyway. And it would end up not being any cheaper, but it would take considerably longer to get my boards made. So I'd be way less agile. I can get a large order in from a company, Adafruit will often drop 1,000 or 2,000 board order on me. I can ship that out to them in 2 weeks, where if I was using a CM, I'd have a 4 to 6 week lead time before I even got them to make the boards. And then they'd have to be made and shipped back to me, and then I'd have to test them and pack them and ship them, and suddenly it's 2 months to ship to Adafruit instead of 2 weeks. Stuff like that. So that's why I manufacture my own stuff. Hey Chris. Hey Photochromax. Okay, so I don't want to spill my coffee. There's really not a lot to show you downstairs, but I'm up. Hopefully I will not make you all motion sick, give you all motion sickness. I'll try my best. So, I mean, the kitchen behind me, it's a mess down here. As you'll see, I've still got, there's all the insulation. It's got to go in the roof still. We've done a lot of it. Okay, I'll do my best, okay? If anyone starts feeling sick, look away. Computers are not really portable camera devices. I have to be careful where I step. So there's a bit of a tour. Okay, I'm going to put this on the ground. Oh, not to mention that either you supply them with the parts or they bring the parts. Right, so a CM, when they provide the parts, they put margin on it. When they provide the PCBs, they put a margin on it, right? A CM can't buy the parts any cheaper than I can because I'm buying massive quantities of parts anyway. So it would not save me any money getting them to do it. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so as you can see, the ceiling, the roof, the back section's almost done. There's still some that isn't. So if I'm just turning around, I'm trying to move slow, so not to make anyone sick. There's obviously the front door. The front section here still, there's some stuff that hasn't been done yet. So there's about 4 rows that still need some work. The frosting has worked out, and what's quite amazing, even though, you know, it's not the best frosting ever, like when you get up close to it, but when the sun, I mean right now it's still fairly dark outside, but when the light comes, the sun comes, the frosting looks almost, it glows almost like the LED lights do. It actually looks quite amazing. So what I've done with the, I'll show you here, oops, sorry, very hard to angle the camera. So all of my, I know this looks kind of funky, but I wanted all of the power off. I didn't want power run along the bottom here. I wanted the bottom of the walls free to be able to put shelves and benches against. Because it's concrete, all this stuff has to stick out quite far, obviously, and I didn't want to not have the ability to push things against walls. So I raised all the power along, as you can see, it goes all the way around. There's a sub box down there in the corner. It's being worked on. And so along the walls here, I've got a combination of, so there's two 15 amp points there, and then there's like a 4-gang. So that's two different circuits there. The two 15 amps are two circuits, and then those 10 amps, 2 lots of 4, 10 amps are two circuits. That's its own circuit just there. That's its own circuit, and then up there, this own circuit, and then there's more 15 amp up there. And then if you can see hanging from the ceiling, we've started putting it in. That's where the cable tray is going to go. And that's where my 3-phase and more 15 amp and 10 amp is going to hang from. And we've gone and done, there's a cable tray on the floor. So it's 600 mil wide, but we've got 2 lots of 300 mil. And we're going to do cable on one side, power cable on one side, and we're going to do air and exhaust and everything else on the other side. Homer is off the wall, but Homer is still down there. The whiteboard's there. Homer's still on the whiteboard. But yeah. So that's really the downstairs area. I've got more power on the wall over there. That's where I was just sitting. You can see the chair. I've got different circuits there. I've got my network cables. I've used some bookends. Let me get close to that. I thought it was actually quite clever for my cable management to get it away from the power. And the rack will actually be sitting right there where my chair is against the wall. My rack's sitting in the box over there still. I've got equipment in the rack. I've just put the box back on to keep it clean. Am I seeing anything in chat? How about to give this oh, right. I couldn't read it. So it doesn't look overly exciting down here. Upstairs is looking pretty cool. Most of the ceiling upstairs is done. There's just a few more. It's a lot of the weed cuts. Oh no, my power cable came out and my battery's about to die. Hang on one second. Wait, okay, before the battery dies, let's quickly go upstairs. I'm watching the battery meter right now. It's going to drop really quickly. Let me just go upstairs. Okay, this is the bad tour. It's pretty messy up here. The lights are on. Right, I've only got one light in here at the moment because I had to take the other ones out. So that's the light. I've got my new lights that were supposed to be delivered yesterday, but they didn't arrive. Hopefully today they're coming. But that's one of the tricolour ones. So there's just some odd bits of ceiling still that need to be done here. Like things like the extra cuts and these ones all along here, they're all odd shapes. I'm letting the ceiling guy cut all those. But I did most of the ceiling here yesterday, every second one along in here, just helping them out to get it done. Oh, my battery's dropping. And yeah, the walls are all done. It's going to be sanded today. And then I can start painting. And I'm going to do something funky with the painting. Thanks, Crazy Boy. How long till Christmas? Too long. So there's really, there's not enough light in here right now. 1 out of 6 lights is on. But it's almost done. Okay, I gotta get back down, get to the power source before my battery dies. So the ceiling guy's gonna turn up at 7, and he's got no idea I'm streaming. So if he walks in and starts talking to me, well, yeah, that's why. Okay, I need to put this down and get the battery. Sorry. Are you putting other panels adjacent to the LED? Yes. If you mean by, am I filling the holes? Yes, I am. Oh God, hang on. Power, quick, power. Quick. Battery is dying. Got it. Okay. When you mean you're talking about the light and then the half tiles? Yes, I am. What is Andy trying to show? What is that an emoji of? I don't know. Am I going for the industrial look? I'm really not going for any look. I'm going for being able to heat it and cool it look. So it's considerably dark, much darker in here. It's much darker in here now that the ceiling's gone in. As we were filling it in yesterday, you could just see the whole environment getting darker and darker because we were blocking all that light coming through. For the half tile, are you using the clear plastic? No, what I've got is, I'm just doing the lights on the adjacent ones. So I've got three lights, and then I've got a space of tile, and then I've got 3 clear tiles for the light to come through, because they are directly underneath the clear of on the roof. And then I've got a row of tiles, and I've got 3 LED lights again. So I didn't want to put a lot of clear tiles, because everywhere I put a clear tile, I'm removing the insulation and the ability to let heat escape or come in or whatever, right? So I wanted to keep that to a minimum. So I only wanted to put them directly underneath where the clear in the roof is, to get maximum light through. Looks like it's a lot cooler there than at home. Well, the other morning I got here and it was -2 in here. We've had some really cold mornings. Yesterday I got up in the morning to come here to meet the tradies, and I couldn't leave my house for like 5 minutes because the thickness of the ice on my windows, it was so thick that like I couldn't wipe them off. I just had to wait till my defrosters heated up in the car. Like I couldn't drive, I couldn't see out of any window. And because it was so early in the morning, I couldn't just keep going back inside and getting water and spraying the car down and stuff. I didn't want to wake everyone up. It's been unusually cold here for Melbourne over the last few weeks or so. You can double panel those skylight sections to keep pretty decent insulation. Right, I know I can do that, but I'm not doing that yet. I'm going to wait and see. Right now I'm opting for, there's a lot of light comes through them. Like, I can't show you right now, and it's also very hard to see on the camera. The camera blows out the lighting, as you can see behind me. But like yesterday when we had no lights on and we were blocking the ceiling but only had the transparent panels, a lot of light comes through. Like, they're good. I'm happy with the way I are right now. If I need to double them up, I can in the future. But for the moment, we'll see how we go. But I didn't want, I wanted to be able to control the light as well. I want to be able to, if I want it dark upstairs, I want to be able to turn the lights off and make it darker. I don't want to be fighting the natural light when I don't want the natural light, if that makes sense. I want a little bit of control. You can sweat your balls off in the UK tonight. Really? Oh, wow. Horse pipes? Who? What? Wait, what are we talking about? Sprinklers are required, and we don't understand how the builders, how the people who own this stuff got away with shirking some of the regulations here. The building's only 5 years old, and by law there's supposed to be a manhole to get to the roof from the inside, and there isn't one. And there's supposed to be sprinklers, and there isn't. And yeah. Anyway, sorry to hear it's still so hot over there. I'll trade you a bit of your heat for a bit of my cold. Like even my coffee's not surviving. Like it's getting cold very quickly. Yeah. What else can I tell you? So I posted on I think it was my general channel in Discord. I've been working on a new logging shield. To start with, it's going to be for the tiny X boards and the Pro S3. There's not a feather format one to start with, but I found so you can't get RTCs at the moment, and what you can get are horrifically expensive. You can get the cheap crap RTCs, the ones that drift a lot, but you can't get really good low power little drift ones. But anyway, I managed to find some. It was really funny. They had 2,500 of them in stock. They're not cheap, but they're better than the $15 each for the DS chips. And anyway, they had 2,500, so I put 100 in my shopping cart because I tend to not buy less than 100 parts of anything, just because there's no point buying 10 to prototype with, and then when you want to go, okay, cool, let's buy some more, and there's no stock, right? So I put 100 in my shopping cart, but I didn't buy it that day because there's some other things I wanted. So I got everything else in my cart. The next day I went to buy them, and there were only 380 left. So someone had bought, almost a couple of thousand of them, and I thought to myself, oh, damn, there'll be none of these left, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to get some more. So I went from 100 to 300 and bought them. I should have bought the 380, whatever. Left 80 there. So I bought 300 of them, and they arrived yesterday. So that's pretty cool. I got 2 projects that I want to work on with that. I'm making so obviously the data logger. So it'll be a shield with an SD card, RTC. It's a ultra low power RTC. It only needs 45 nanoamps to run, which is incredible. And it's got a built-in crystal, and it's only got 1 ppm drift. Yeah, James, good luck trying to find STM32 chips. Yeah. Given that you'll end up with increased production capacity, will you be widening your product range? No. I still have to make them all myself right now, right? Possibly. I've got a very wide product range it is right now. Not that a lot of my products sell that much anymore. Like most of my shields, I don't sell a lot of. They used to be much busier back when the Tiny Pico came out. Like for a single person company, I've got quite a few products. I would like to expand it, but it's just making more work for myself. So, but I definitely want to get the data logger going, and then I've got the first revision designed. I haven't sent it off yet to get built. There's a couple of tweaks I want to make to it first. But I'm also making a different product using these RTCs as well. And I'm going to make a shield version and a non-shield version. Unfortunately, the boards are double-sided, which are difficult to make, or they're more difficult to make. So I really didn't want to make any more double-sided boards. What's your main shop site URL now? Unexpectedmaker.com still, and the shop is just /shop. So yeah. There's a lot of products on there already that's kind of hard to juggle for one person. And there's also products I'm in the middle of making that I haven't ever finished. Hello, BitLooney. How are you feeling? You all better? All healthy again? I hope so. Look, I'm wearing my Unity jacket. I'm wearing lots of layers. I've got a hoodie under here and a t-shirt and my big neoprene jacket, and I'm still wearing my gloves. You're going to read just super badly built stuff that rarely works, rareitworks.com. I think you should do it. It's cold at the moment, yes. Unusually cold for Melbourne, so may not be as cold as you all normally get overseas, but we're not used to it. So I guess that we feel a little bit more when you're not used to it. Hey Mitchell. So it's not going to be a long stream today, I'm just letting you all know. Once the tradies get here, I'm going to have to start working, and they're going to start making lots of noise. You have a question? What's your question, BitLooney? I bet you it's not a serious question. Or it might be. How much do I invest? I'm investing too much in the new place. Always too much. Anything more than $1 is too much. So the problem is, at least this is specific to Melbourne anyway, or to my area. The first issue is there are no places. There are either, like in terms of available space, there's either really small places that they can't seem to let because they're not useful for anything, or there's really big places, like double the size of this. But in the size of the type of what I've got, which is about 160 square meters. Good morning. Just letting you know, I'm live streaming, which is all cool on YouTube. No, don't make noise. They all know you're coming. Okay. Go for it. Come in. Just do whatever you need to do. But if you hear me talking to myself, no, it's not to myself. You don't have to be quiet. You don't have to be quiet. All good. Yeah. Sorry. So Rod the plasterer has just arrived, and the sun. There's no sun. It's pink sky outside. Anyway, so there's no space. There's no places around. I was very lucky to get this one. The rental market, the commercial rental market at least in Victoria, but probably Australia, didn't drop at all during COVID. Like the rent is higher than it's ever been here for commercial space, which is frustrating. And to purchase commercial is just out of my price range. Like if I would have put all my money together and taken a massive loan to buy my own place, I wouldn't have had the money to outfit it and be able to move in, right? Rod, one of the guys on the chat said, say hi to the mudslingers. Oh, yeah, Rod told me about that yesterday, that they were called mudslingers. Very good. So my problem is I had no choice but to rent, right? It was either rent or don't move out. And I had to move out. And then your choices are, well, if I'm going to rent, I either need to rent a place that is clean and modern and then spend whatever I need to spend to make it work for me, or I need to rent a place that's old and beaten down and still have to spend a whole bunch of money to make it clean and airtight, and you know what I mean? Like some of the properties I was looking at that were cheaper and bigger, I would have had to spend a fortune because like you look inside them and they're full of dust and crap, like they're not airtight. And I can't put a production line in a space that's not airtight. Like I'll end up just with dust and debris and crap all over the equipment, right? Or like I can't do that. So I need renting and rebuilding is good if you stay for some time. Right, so the key here is what I'm I'm putting a new ceiling in because there's no way I can keep the place temperature controlled without it. I've got to put air conditioning and heating in, right? There's electrical work. There was no power downstairs at all. Like there was no power points except for one power point at the kitchen, right? And there was only a couple of power points upstairs. There's 3-phase into the building already, right, into my property, but there was no 3-phase spread out. So I'm spending a lot of money. Like honestly, probably I'm going to end up at maybe just under $40,000. It's going to cost me to fit this place out with aircon, ceiling, power, and then all the other stuff I need to do, right? Which is a huge amount of money. It really is, and it's. I mean, how do you put it? It's almost like it's a freebie for the property owner if I leave it here. That's about 10k less. Yeah, I was expecting that it was going to cost me up to 50. I think I'm doing okay. Just warning everyone now, there's going to be a very sharp sounding beep, 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 okay? You're about to say, hang on, let me move the... So that's Rod, he's about to go up. Here we go. Won't be a moment. Okay, cool. Rod's going to start sanding off the outside of the wall up there. So look, even though it's being done to someone else's property, it's in investment for me. I don't have any estimated time for payback. My business doesn't work that way. Like I can go weeks and weeks and weeks and get no orders, 0 orders, right? And then I can go a period of time and be so busy that I'm working 7 days a week, 14 hours a day, and I can't keep up. So there's no scheduled time when people order stuff from me, right? So at the end, if the landlord wants to keep any of this stuff, correct, I don't have to make good on them, but he also won't give me money for them, right? So like the ceiling, which is going to be amazing in here, he might go, yeah, leave it, but it's not like he's going to say, well, you spent $12,000 on a ceiling, here, let me give you some money towards it, right? Because he's not going to do that. But I need this place to be usable for me. Like there's no point in me moving in here and it not being optimal for me. So don't say that, my ceiling better not fall down. What was it? So that's another thing. The stuff I'm buying for my production line is not going to, it'll only help me pay my expenses back when it's busy. And when it's not busy, like right now I have no production work. Like I got out all the orders I needed to get out. And for the next few weeks at least, I've got nothing well, that's not true. I've got new product to build. I've got my new tiny picos with the UFL connector instead of an antenna. They arrived yesterday. But I've got no large orders to build right now, which means while my production line isn't running, it's really not generating money. So I don't know how long it's going to take, but I mean it's a 3-year lease, so whatever I'm spending is amortized over 3 years, and if all goes well, I'm not planning on leaving here for a while. Obviously I have to keep paying rent to stay here, but the rent portion becomes a small component of my overall expenses to be here. So ultimately I didn't have a choice, right? My options were stay at home. I couldn't expand at home. I couldn't grow. I was literally working on top of myself. Like it was what's the word? I can't think of the word. It wasn't sustainable at all. It hasn't been sustainable working at home for 7 or 8 months, right? And I've been dealing with it, but I had to get out. Like I couldn't sustain what I was doing at home, and I couldn't grow. So untenable, that was the word I was looking for, thank you. Right, well who knows what's going to happen in 10 years. Like I don't even know if there's going to be silicon available next year, or even in 6 months' time, right? But being here, it gives me options, it gives me, opportunity. I have room to bring people in to help, I have room to spread out and not be, frustrated with how I work, and then I have room to try new things. I've got room to get new equipment in, which can potentially open doors for me to do other things, or to augment things. I hope it'll turn out to be my best decision, bit loony. But as you all know, I've fought this for a really long time. I really didn't want to move out. But the fact that it's really close, like it takes me 8 minutes to get here, sometimes a bit longer if there's traffic, and sometimes it's quicker. This morning it took me not even 5 minutes to get here, but it was very early. It was dark outside. So it's really close, which was important. And it's a good size. And as long as I can temperature control it okay, I think it's going to be a great place to work. I'm really excited about being here. Okay, it's going to beep again in a moment. We're going up again. Most hyperactive. One moment. Sorry. Yeah, I bite through and make stuff happen eventually. I've really fought this decision. I really have. Like, it's been very frustrating. And and I had to wait till I could afford to do it as well. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very lucky. My business doesn't owe any money. I don't owe money, right? Apart from my house mortgage, right? I don't. Jack, money towards the beep beep. But by the same token, I don't have a stockpile of money that I can just go spending crazy. Like everything had to be timed, and everything had to line up perfectly for me to be able to move out. I was looking for a property for quite a long time, like over 6 months. And I've mentioned the story before. I was very lucky with this place because this place, they let it. I found this place the day before they let it, and it was too late. And I didn't even get a chance to come out and see this place. And thankfully, the people they let it to did a no-show. They got the lease, they signed the lease, they sent the lease in, and they never paid their deposit. And they had to give them a month to pay the deposit, and they never paid it. They did a run or whatever, and so they put it back on the market. And by fluke, I found it the day they put it back on the market. So I was very lucky with this place. But that extra time gave me the ability to have the funds there. Just notch filter in the audio. Yeah, sorry, I can't do about it was a fluke. I don't know about faith. Fluke, more like fluke than faith. Not much longer. It's okay, mate, don't worry. Do what you need to do, Rod. So, lift's moving. Yeah, we're moving. Can you hear me if I talk over it? Maybe you can, I don't know. So we have to get the rest of the roof done on the non-mezzanine side before the scissor lift is picked up today. Okay. Trust me, it's just as bad for me. I'm sorry about the beep. Do you need to get something for you, Rod?
No, I was going to move over to where we finished the start off.
Right, okay, cool. Yep. Folks, I'm going to have to wrap up the stream because I need to give Rod a hand. We need to get the rest of the ceiling in. Yeah, it's an unusual live stream today. And we're down. Okay, there'll be a lull for a couple of minutes. I think I'll take this opportunity to wrap it up. Does the thing have a "how's my driving" sticker? And the bass line and the beat. Sorry folks. Anyway, I told you this would be a novel stream, but I wanted to stream rather than not and say hi to everyone. But we need to get cracking, get working. I'm happy to continue this conversation next stream. Hopefully next week. I'll probably stream from here next week, but because there'll be no more working happening, but I won't be in yet. But I might have a desk upstairs and a chair upstairs, and I can sit up there hopefully by then. Who knows? It feels like it's taking forever to get this done, but we're getting close. Definitely getting close. Thanks a bit, Looney. Hey, Cable Tie. Hello, goodbye. Sorry, mate. I'm very sorry. I really would have thought the first time I would hear crazy beep beep noises would be one of Looney's streams. Sorry. I know, it's loud. Frustrating. The first time the beep went off when Yaz was here, oh my God, she jumped. Like, Yaz is short, right? And she jumped in the air pretty high. It was pretty funny. Okay, thanks for joining, everyone. I'm sorry it's such a short stream. I will, fill you with more as things go on. But yeah, okay, I gotta get to work. Bye everyone, you take care. Catch you later. Except I don't know where the off button is on this computer. Yep, okay, I found it. Bye.